Media. That's Garden City CITI Media on YouTube if you want to watch from there. Or, like most of you, just open up X and come on in and comment here. I'm here for it. It was a good win. Especially after last night, the way we were, the way we played, to come back and get a win like this where everybody was involved. Everybody scored. Carl Anthony Towns, had a nice, efficient game. Brunson played well. You can't say bad about anybody tonight. Everybody played well. The defense was there. We ran them off the line at the 3-point, something we didn't do against Indiana. We got killed by the 3-point ball yesterday. And to do it on the second night of a back-to-back is, in my view, impressive. Now, am I going to sit here and lie to you and say, hey, I think, we're all of a sudden championship contenders now? No. But we go into the All-Star break, 15 games over 500. That's probably up there for, let's see, 2012, 13. They were 15 over then. I believe they were 15 over in 23, 24, and last year, I believe so as well. But you guys can fact check me on that. So it's 3 out of the last 25 years that we head into the All-Star break, 15 games or more over 500. So, look, you take it, and you're happy with it. I'm happy with it. Nick said they had over 30 team assists, so that puts them at 14-1 on the season with 30 or more assists. The only loss with 30 assists last night against the Pacers. Went to overtime. We had 32 team assists, I believe. Again, we should have won that game last night. The only reason why we didn't was because we just let them off the hook, especially from the 3-point line. So that's how it ended. It is what it is. And you go into the break, I guess you're happy. 15 games over. But today was a good statement win. Got 8 days off till our next game. Without further ado, my co-host has come. My boy, Top. Top Bunk. What up, my guy? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, bro?
Good, man. Good win tonight.
Dominating. A much-needed dominating win after what happened last night. You sent the message. It clearly showed that this team was bothered by last night's game. They played collectively. They played as a team. It wasn't a one-man show. Everybody got touches. Everybody was able to get to the board. They played for each other. And I've stated this since like 2 years, 3 years ago. Whenever this team plays with ball movement, they're a much different team. They are a better team. They are a dangerous team. And ISO ball has its moments, but at the same time, you see how better they are as a team, as a unit when they're moving the ball, and they're making the right reads, they're making the right passes. Guys are not stagnant. Everything at the ball is flying. Everybody's moving. Nobody's staying in one spot, and they're playing for each other. So you love to see that. What a way to end the first half of the season. You go out on a high note, and hopefully that energy carries on to the second half. Hopefully they use this All-Star break to kind of collect themselves and kind of do some reflecting and understand that the second half of the season is really where we got to put on the Jets and start dominating if we want to show something for the playoffs.
Well, I mean, look, you're 15 games over 500. I don't know what we are in the standings. I want to say we're still the 3 seed, but you could fact check me on that. Well, if you would have said at the beginning of the season, would you have signed up for that? I would have said yes. But to be honest, I thought we would have been a little bit better at this point. Right. I thought we would have been about 20 games over, especially after winning that cup. So I did expect more, I'll be honest. And again, we got, 27 games left, and our record is 35-20?
Yes.
So we have to go 17-12, 17-10 the rest of the way to even beat last year's total of 51 wins.
Mm-hmm.
So good win. Good win because Philly's a good team, and we stopped them. We beat them in every category. Rebounding. I mean, they might listen when it counted. We had more points in the paint. We had more rebounds. Could garbage time have overtaken some of those stats? Yes. So I didn't look at the final stats. But like I say, when we score in the paint, when we hit our threes, you get 30 or more assists, you're going to win pretty much 95% of those games. And that's what we did tonight. And most of all, we defended, and we
Mm-hmm.
defended well. We
Absolutely.
held them to, I think, 19% from the 3-point line. That's really good.
That's
Really good. And to get those steals and the blocks.
I think, in my opinion, that's got to be the best perimeter defense we've played all year.
It's up there. It's up there. I want to say it's the best game, but I almost feel like there was one more. I think it was against Orlando, where we held them to like 15% or something from the 3-point line. You can fact check me on it. But I want to say there was one game that we were better on. But it's up there. It's up there with definitely one of the best defended perimeter games of the season. Easily up there.
Mm-hmm.
And easily one of our biggest wins. I mean, we won by, what did we win by? Almost 40 points? Or
138 to 89. That's actually the second time this week we've held a top team in our conference
under 100.
Mm-hmm. We did it to the Celtics. We beat them 111 to 89, and then tonight we did it to the 76ers 138 to 89. So this one was a little bit more dominant. Just because
the Celtics are a little bit, they kind of have our number a little bit. Like they play us really well.
Right.
So this team's different where they're a little young. They rely on Maxey. They're relying on Edgecombe. And Edgecombe was okay, but even Maxey was okay, but they weren't like their usual, Maxey's going off, Edgecombe's going off. They miss Embiid. So they kind of weren't, real Philly tonight, but we kicked their ass.
Yeah. It's like I
dropped the hammer on.
It's needed after what happened last night.
What was your assessment on Cat tonight? Because I loved what he did.
Only
problem I had was the complaining. The complaining's got to stop a little bit.
The complaining does have to stop, but for tonight, I'm gonna give him a pass because he did get hit a lot today. They did give him a couple calls where he did get hit and they gave it to him, but they were also a couple calls where I even found myself saying, "Yo, where the foul at?" You know what I'm saying? I know you can't overdo it, but they always say if contact is there and the call needs to be made. So,
but to be fair, the refs weren't calling it on both sides.
Right.
Mitch was getting whacked. Maxey was getting whacked. Edgecombe was getting whacked. It was both sides.
Right.
They were letting them play tonight.
The only difference with Cat a little bit was that he was kind of getting whacked the same way. And if you were going to call it the first time, you should have just kept it consistent and called it for the other ones. But, it's neither here or there. At the end of the day, it didn't affect his game tonight. I thought he played a really beautiful game today. Kept his composure. And like I said, I mean, you saw he was facilitating a little bit in the first half, got aggressive towards the end of the first half, going into the second. Mikal Bridges with a really nice first half. You really love to see it.
Bridges had a nice game tonight.
Yeah, a really nice game.
Both sides of the ball.
Yes, 100%.
But for me, Alvarado was a player of the game.
Oh, Mike Brown just announced he's the defensive player of the game.
5 steals, insane. Even when they got to the lead got down, I think it was 22, and the next possession, Alvarado steals it and bangs a 3. 20, you're up 25. Boom, it's over.
Right. He
was a player of the game.
Filling 8 threes tonight. That again.
I think that, by the way, not to cut you off, I think Mike Brown should have let him go for his career high of 9.
Honestly, yeah.
What was with that?
I would have just let him play with the rest of the bench, and just let him.
I agree.
I would have let him play with the rest of the bench. Just get his feel. Just let him stay comfortable a little bit more. He looks comfortable already since he for his first 2 games. But with this one being his third, I would have just let him just play it out, let him dominate, and just let him do what he was doing. He was already hot. Let him finish out that fourth quarter. And but listen, he got his ovation, he got his respect. And this is what he's here for. Now, I can't wait to see how he'll mix in with Deuce and see how that plays out, because if him and Deuce come off the bench, I think that's, you talk about an upgrade. I know we held Leon Rose accountable yesterday, but I think that's a one two
So
there with
I was going to actually say that today.
Mhm.
Yesterday we went off on Leon on the builds, but I'll give credit where it's due. That Alvarado trade was a good trade.
Oh,
You
100.
only gave up 2 second-rounders, Yabusele, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And we got a guy in here that we really needed. We
Yeah.
needed a guy like him, especially with Deuce down. But also, we needed another guy like him that fits. And he fits his team perfect. I mean, he's a perfect fit.
Well, yeah.
You know,
He fits well with
my
Shaq.
worry, and,
Mhm.
and before I'll let you go right after this,
No, you can
my
go.
worry now is, we're going to have to pay him at the end of the year.
I'd do it.
Oh, I mean, does he? He has a player option, I believe, right?
I gotta look at his contract. Actually, I'm actually.
Can we find that out? Because
Yeah.
if he's up, he's gonna want TJ McConnell money, which is like 10 to 12 million, which we don't have.
TJ got paid that much.
Yeah. But remember, the Pacers, like, they don't have a lot of guys making money. It's
So
just
they.
Howley and Siakam, and they're not on max contracts.
Yeah.
They're on like high 30s, low 40s.
Okay, he's on a 2-year deal. He's making
Player option for next year, right?
He has a player option for 2020. His player option is this year, 2026, 2027.
For how much?
Right now he's making 4 million,
So what will it be next year? 4.5 million, something like that?
something like that. Yeah.
I mean, if you could agree to get him to opt into that and then maybe pay him after.
You know what it is over here. It says where we're at right now. It says that he has it. It doesn't even. I don't even think it says it right here. I'm looking at the status and it just says player. I don't know if that's what it is, but I think.
Let me look on that, and you could give your assessment because I
don't
cut you
know.
off.
I don't know what website you use. I'm on Spot Track, so I don't know.
I used that, but I also used another one too. Hold on, give me a second.
Okay.
I used Fanspo.
Oh, Fanspo, that was the one.
Because with sometimes the contracts, I mean, I know Spot Track's a little more accurate, but sometimes Fanspo gives you a little bit more information,
Right.
and that's what I'm going to look at right now.
Oh, because I was doing a trade thing once, Fanspo.
Yeah, that's the trade machine. All right, so next year it's a $4.5 million player option.
So I was right.
So what you could do is you could ask him to opt in, but to me, you could then trade Deuce if you keep Alvey.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because,
Wait.
they both make around the same money. And then you could pay Mitch. Because you're going to have to pay either one of them next year.
Yeah, that's
Frankly, you'd want to keep all three.
And
depending on what happens, of course.
They don't really have the space to pay for, right? Yeah.
Well, look, again, you could go over the second apron for a year. It's fine. It's just being over 2 years.
Yeah.
That's when you're in trouble.
Yeah. Would you take that risk now?
Yeah, of course.
Do it just to do it, and then after that.
Again, let me see how this year ends.
And then
and then I'll assess, right? But even if it's like, let's say Cat shows up in the playoffs, plays well, but ultimately we fall short.
Right.
I'm still going to go out and either try to trade Cat and get somebody else in here. But I want to keep Mitch. I like to keep Deuce and I like to keep Alvey. But if I got to trade Deuce, I will. And I'll just sign Alvey.
It's a better defender.
I mean, I don't know if Deuce is probably the better defender. If I'm being real.
Honestly, you're right. You're right. He's younger.
Because
better shooter.
He covers more ground. He's better point of attack. Alvarado's more of a hustle guy, steals guy, high energy, intangible guy, whereas
Real quick.
Deuce is
Oh,
point of attack.
Stephen Bondi just reported that the Knicks are blasting salsa in the locker room for Jose Alvarado.
Good. Well deserved.
No, listen, that's good chemistry. That just shows that the guys are locked in, and you know that's good.
Well, I
But
mean, Alvy's from Queens, right? Where's he from?
he's from the Bronx.
He's from the Bronx. I thought. Oh, he played in Queens. My bad. Christ the King.
Yeah, Christ the King. Yeah, he actually
Bronx native.
we had at a game where him and Cole Anthony went at it. Because remember, Cole Anthony came out of Malloy.
Oh, right.
I was at one of the games when I'm telling you packed because that was Cole's that was I think Cole's junior year. I think I forgot exactly what, but I remember going to that game and it was super packed.
Cole Anthony ended up going to Duke, right?
He went to North Carolina.
North Carolina, but I always get those two confused.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Cole Anthony was supposed to be a lot better than he actually came out. Remember, we had interest in getting him.
I thought it was gonna. I thought because everybody was calling it a story, a thing.
Brooke, yeah.
He's coming out of Malloy. He's gonna stay in New York. He's gonna be a Knick and
be their point guard.
Orlando took that up. So yeah,
And now where's Cole Anthony? I know he was last with the Bucks, but he's with the Bulls now, right?
He got traded. I know he's on a playoff team.
Is he with the Bulls? I thought he went to the Bulls.
Let me double check because I know he.
But he might have got caught. He might have got traded again, or he might have got bought out.
No, I think he's with Milwaukee. Let me see.
I think he got traded from Milwaukee.
No, he did get traded. I just want to make sure it's Cole Anthony.
Because they're actively tanking, so it's not like it even matters with them.
He's with the Suns.
Oh, he's with the Suns. Okay, so right.
He'll get some playing time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll definitely.
I mean, they're a gritty sort of a team. They're sort of like Orlando a little bit. Like they're that gritty group of team. They're better than Orlando, in my opinion.
They kind of play fast, which is Cole Anthony's style. He's a quick guard, so
yeah,
they kind of play to his liking. And he could learn a lot from Devin Booker. I mean, the conversations this kid from based on like what I always knew about, like what I read about him, even before he got drafted, he was always asking questions. Like when it came to his draft combine, he was always asking questions. He was always alert. So I'm sure those conversations with Devin Booker in terms of experience, in terms of like what advice he could get and stuff like that, I think that that will help Cole Anthony. But hey, this ain't the Cole Anthony show. Let's not try to.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, staying on point. If you have to pick 2 of 3 to stay, and one has to go, who are you keeping? Mitch, Alvarado, Deuce. If it was up to me, I'll answer first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking Mitch, keeping Alvarado, and flipping Deuce.
I would do the same, but I would flip it between Deuce and Alvarado. And I'm going to tell you why. Only
so you would, but remember, you can't really flip Alvy unless he opts in.
In the situation where he opts out.
Okay. All right. So in other words, you're going to re-sign him.
Because of the fact that, and I listen, I love what Alvarado brings. Obviously, when the first news came out that the Knicks were looking into him, I was like, yes, bring him here. He's equal to Deuce in a lot of ways. He helps you off the bench and stuff like that. However, because Deuce has kind of had more time with us and he's developed with us, he's a better shooter. Like you said before, he covers a lot when it comes to defense at the point of attack. That benefits the Knicks coming off the bench, and he mixes well. Not saying Alvarado doesn't, but he's had time to mix in with the starters compared to Alvarado this year. So if I had to take the chance, I would take the chance with the guy that's had a little bit of more time.
So you're keeping Deuce and flipping Alvarado.
Yes.
It probably wouldn't work that way, but it would be Alvarado. You'd flip him probably at the deadline is the way it would work.
Most likely.
Because, you can't get traded after you get signed, that whole.
And also too, like you said, Alvarado, if Alvarado continues his success right now, he's going to want TJ McConnell money, where you have Deuce getting the production that he's giving you when he's healthy on a nice contract.
Although, I mean, you could try to You know, say, I mean, look,
You can
McConnell got that money because the Pacers needed to hit the salary cap floor.
so they got yeah
Well, there was a reason that he got paid as much as he
yeah
did.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
You think if that was
I mean, if you could get him to take 3 years at $5 million a year, I don't think that's crazy.
no, I don't. I think that's good for the Knicks.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
3 year, 15, $16 million a year, something like that.
That's
You
for
could do that. I think that's a good deal
the very
for the
good.
Knicks.
Mhm.
Now, Mitch is the question. Now, how much Mitch will get paid, I don't know. There's people saying, well, there's reports and then there's rumors, right? So some people say, well, Mitch might get paid. Somebody's going to come out and pay Mitch $25 million. Somebody might pay him like an iHeart deal, maybe guarantee him 2 years, close to $60 million, something like that. We can match it because we have his bird rights. It's not like with iHeart. What do you do in that situation? Because paying Mitch that money's a lot. I mean, I'd like to keep Mitch, but keep him on my terms. I'd offer him 5 years. Excuse me, not 5 years. 4 years, 80 million, and I would do it on a descending contract. Actually, we wouldn't be able to. It would have to ascend because we're so close to the apron. So would start him out at like 13 mil in the first year.
And then it'll
The
gradually.
question is, will a team beat that? And if they beat that, then we're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it.
I would say yeah. Try to be as aggressive as you can. At least he'll probably look at that and be like, you know what, they want me back, obviously.
Clearly, and
So,
you got to know Alvarado definitely wants to be back.
of
I mean,
course.
you could tell it. I mean, his family's in the stands. They're going nuts. He's going nuts. He likes to be here. He's an enforcer too. Alvarado's an enforcer. He's a 6 foot enforcer. I've always loved this guy. I've loved him since he was in high school. I've been watching him.
He's like that kid. That kid has heart. Like that's one of those guys where it's like he's gonna leave
He's
it
New
all.
York. Alvarado's New York.
Yeah, he's gonna
He
leave it
plays
out.
like us.
Yeah, he's gonna leave it out on the court, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
So you respect guys like that. I mean, you saw it. You saw when Mitch got fouled, he stepped up and he wasn't taking no shit. Like that's the type of player that you go to bat for. You know, that's the type of player that you like. Yo, I want him on my team because he's gonna have my back no matter what. So respect to him, man. I love that. I absolutely love that. He represents New York the right way, and we don't really have guys that have his quality. And I think that's what's missing from this
Well,
team.
Josh Hart definitely.
To a certain extent, but yeah, that's like about it.
Josh Hart's a dog, bro. He's all intangible.
No, I'm not saying he's not a dog. I'm saying in terms of like going ahead and punching somebody in their face. Like Alvarado looks like he'll take a tech just for the fucks of it.
No, I agree with you there. I agree. I think he'll definitely throw. I mean,
like, for example,
like ass kick, but
last year with the dice rolling thing, Alvarado would have went drop kick Trae Young. Like, bro, he's not taking that. He's not taking that.
Yeah, we definitely needed this type of attitude on this team, and we it's been a minute. And yeah, Josh Hart's a dog and everything, but he's not like an enforcer type of dog. So I agree with you there.
Right.
What do you make of this comment here?
35-20. Hate that we didn't meet that 40 wins before 20 losses last year. All-Star break 36-18. I mean, again, we listen. I saw all the comments this morning when you were posting up your shorts that we didn't know what we were talking about when it came to the Tibbs situation, and
I mean that for the shorts they surprisingly moved.
No,
a lot of people agree with us.
There were a lot of people, but then there were certain people that I looked in, and they were like that. They kind of were going at you like, "Yo, you didn't know what you were talking about." But I was just like, I mean, you gotta be honest with yourself. Like this team has been playing much different and much more inconsistent under Mike Brown than they were with Tom Thibodeau, and it's a fact. That's not an opinion. That is a fact. Go look at our stats. Go look at our numbers this year under Mike Brown than what they were specifically last year under Tom Thibodeau. Like the case,
what was my major point behind the Thibodeau thing is you got the two best season Karl-Anthony Towns ever had were under Tibbs. Right. That's why that was even brought up. It
Right.
wasn't about the record.
It was never about, oh, we didn't like Mike Brown, or that
No.
Brown was
I wasn't crazy about the hiring. I'll keep it a band.
yeah, neither
But
was
that's okay. I'm allowed to be not I'm a fan.
yeah, neither was I, because everybody kept, you know what everybody kept telling me? I mean, I think you were one of them as well. Oh, we needed somebody with a veteran mindset. We can't go young.
No, I said we need a guy. If you're gonna bring in a guy, bring in somebody who develops young guys and gets more out of his team than he should.
Which
And to me,
right.
that was Taylor Jenkins. He did more with less.
Which
Even Tibbs did more with less.
which to a certain extent I agree with you, but the one guy that I wanted, you know who I wanted? Johnny Bryant.
Right.
Those qualities that you just mentioned right now, Johnny Bryant got more out of the certain guys that we were looking for while he was an assistant coach to Tom Thibodeau. They all were more comfortable with him. I mean, look how many players credit Johnny Bryant for getting the most out of him. Randall was a perfect example. Randall was like, yo, Johnny had to fly to Dallas to come talk to me and get me out of my shit, because
Yeah.
I didn't know what
So
was like.
the only thing I'll just push back on you,
Mhm.
Johnny Bryant was never getting this job after making the ECF. Never.
I
It
know.
was always going to be a coach
I kind of
with
figured.
experience. It was always going to be that. Now,
Yeah.
had they got knocked out by the Celtics,
You probably would be talking about a young,
maybe we would talk about a guy like Johnny Bryant getting hired here.
right, or Chris
But
from Miami.
making the ECF, losing to Indiana twice,
Yeah,
Johnny Bryant wasn't going to be that coach.
yeah, yeah. No,
So
I kind of figured, but it was my choice. Like, they kept asking. I was going into space, and they're like, "Yo, what would be your choice?" And I'd be like, Johnny, because he's familiar with
you
the
were always a big Johnny Bryant guy. I always remember that about you.
because again he
I
got
never was, but
right. But when there were situations where a lot of players really didn't like, there's certain Tibbs and certain guys that really didn't see eye to eye at times. Johnny was the guy to kind of get behind them and kind of be like, even with certain moments in the game, it would be Johnny Bryant telling Tibbs, "Yo, sub him out and put this guy in, or let's do this or let's do that," kind of helping Tibbs out a little bit.
Johnny Bryant left after 23-24, correct?
Correct.
He wasn't here last year.
No, he went to Cleveland.
Correct. Okay. All right. Yeah. Just clearing that up. Hold on. Somebody's got a question for us.
Question: would this team be better if Tibbs was behind the helm right now? Maybe not. Not here, not. But here we are putting in the work after the All-Star break. A very nice 10-2 stretch here, though. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If they were to call Tibbs back and be, let's say, if they were to fire Rick Brunson, which I don't think they would because of Jalen himself, but if Rick Brunson wasn't here and they called Tibbs to be like, "Yo, would you want to be an assistant coach?" and kind of help Mike Brown and look and give it to us on a different
Tibbs
lane.
would never take an assistant job.
He would never
Never.
do it. But I'm saying, I'm to answer his question in terms of if in that scenario, I think this team would probably be even better than where they were last year because of Tibbs's influence. But Tibbs would never do that because that's a slap in the face of a veteran
Yeah.
coach. Tibbs. Why
I'll
would
touch on that in a second. But yo, shout out to Brooklyn. What is this? Brother Brooklyn Sports Entertainment. Shout out to everyone in the chat, including Garden City Media. Keep up the good work on the channel. Appreciate it. Shout out from the South Bronx. There we go. Brother BKL. Oh, BKL Contreras. Okay, Sports Entertainment. All right, I know you are. Shout out to you for finding the channel. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. But touching back on that Tibbs thing.
Yeah, he would never do that. He
would never do that. But let's remember what the question was. Would this team be better under Tibbs? My answer is yes.
I think so.
We would be better under Tibbs. Why? Because Karl-Anthony Towns would be 25-14.
Yeah.
It's a very simple answer.
Yeah.
Thibodeau knew how to get the most out of Cat. Yeah. Now, Mike Brown still figuring it out, so we'll give him time. But let's be honest. Tibbs knew how to get the most out of Cat. You were not seeing this much complaining last year in the Tibbs, even though he complained.
No, he did it last year.
Not like this.
I think he's reached an ultimate high with the complaining. Like me as a Cat fan, I'm like, yo, Cat, please shut up. Like, stop. Just go. Just hustle back on. Even Mikhail. Yo, Mikhail's looking at Cat like, yo, stop complaining. Just get back on defense.
Right, right. And you know what? I got to give Towns credit tonight. He played good defensively. He was very good.
Oh, okay. NY Sports said no. I'm saying Tibbs being the coach instead of Mike Brown, not Tibbs as in a right. I thought that's what you meant because I thought that you.
Yeah, that's what
All right,
I
yeah. And then he said Tibbs capitalized Towns better. Yes, he did. Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying,
Yeah.
yes, we would be in a better position right now if Tibbs was the coach. And again, I will give Mike Brown to the end of the year. He's got to the end of the year to figure this out. He's still got another 27 games.
Yes. No, yes.
No, if Cat plays like he does tonight all season, fine. Then we're looking good in the playoffs. But
it's one of those situations where Knicks fans, I think Knicks fans tend to put their emotions in front of their logic, their logic thinking, because a lot of them were tired of Tibbs in 6 years. There were certain flaws in his coaching, but I wanted him gone up until we ended up beating Boston. Once I started realizing the way we were playing against Boston in the playoffs, I was like, oh no, he got it. Like Tibbs is making smaller adjustments now, and obviously you can hold him accountable for the Indiana series, but even with the adjustments he would have made mentally, we were out of it after game one.
right.
We were out of it after game one. There was nothing Tibbs can really do. Like these guys were in their own heads. It's just that you could see it, but I don't think there's no way in any. I don't even think this happens with. I mean, going back to history, you could probably say it's Fizdale when he was with the Memphis Grizzlies. There's not too many coaches that you hear get fired after making history for the first time in 25 years. So
That's weird.
that's what. Even though I said I wanted Tibbs gone because I think they needed somebody fresh, I was going in with the mindset of coming into this season where Tom Thibodeau was going to be here for his 6th year because of that accomplishment itself.
Right.
If we would have lost to Boston, by all means, I would have been like, yo, Tibbs has to go.
Correct.
Because again, what was the notion last year? Oh, the Knicks brought
we can't beat Boston.
Thank you. And they did that. So there's no way you tell me, yeah, we beat Boston and we make the ECF for the first time in 25 years, but let's fire Tom Thibodeau.
Let's be real.
You know what I'm saying, like, it doesn't.
Mikal Bridges got Tom Thibodeau fired.
Right, but my problem
with that minutes garbage.
Right, but my problem with that, unless if there's some behind the scenes that we don't know, where Leon Rose or James Dolan had a conversation with Mikal Bridges and told him like, yo, is there a way that you can try to mend that? Nothing of that came out. My problem with that is if you're gonna let your player, I get it, you got to cater to your players a little bit. But if I did every historical thing that I just mentioned about last year, there's no way you're telling me that comes out and all of a sudden Mikal Bridges just has an automatic say and to make that decision, and that's the final thing.
They definitely knew they were firing Tibbs. Dolan and Rose knew they were firing Tibbs. But
Brunson with that, in my opinion, there's no
Jen asked us
captain, and that doesn't. You know what I'm saying? They don't give him, like, ask him, like, yo, you think Tibbs should be gone? Like, Brunson had low-key had a say on that, whether that comes out or not.
Okay.
He's the captain of the team, so.
Let's forget about Tibbs for now. We'll just go. Let me stick to this.
Yeah.
Do you think Mike Brown could get us to the finals? I don't. Okay.
I can respect
I'll
that.
say this. We are going to need some luck. Because right now, I don't think we're better than Detroit. Okay, I think Detroit is better than us. Now, I'm not saying we can't beat Detroit, but in order to beat Detroit, everybody's going to have to be healthy, which I don't know, so I don't have a crystal ball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody's going to have to be healthy. We're going to have to need a similar series from Cat last year that he had against Detroit, those 2-3 great games that he had. And you're going to need some luck in the East. I think if we end up facing Boston and Cleveland and Detroit, I don't know if we could get through all three of those teams.
So
I think we kind of need an easy series, a challenging series, and then Detroit. I like it can't be Cleveland, Boston, Detroit. I
okay,
don't think we could get out of that, Jen. So that's my answer.
right.
So Todd, you could answer that now.
Let me do something real quick. Let me look at the standings right now. I just want to look at the standings right now. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find the standings here on ESPN. Okay, here we go. So let's look at the standings real quick. And okay, so if the playoffs were to start right now, we'd be the third seed, which means we'd be playing the 76ers if I'm correct.
Which is fine. We'll probably beat them, but it'll be a tough series. Six games, easy.
We've never had it. We never had it easy the last 4 years that we've been in the playoffs. So I'm not expecting us to get like a cakewalk. Then obviously it depends. You might play Cleveland in the second round. It could be
or the Celtics.
I think we can beat
Cleveland's probably going to be 4. They're going to move up to the 4th spot.
Yeah, they are. They actually are in the 4th spot right now, as we
right. So Cleveland's either going to be 3 or 4. Yes. If you ask me.
Yes.
It would be a disaster if we go to 4 because then we get Detroit round 2.
Yeah, that right there is what I don't want. I'd rather play Detroit in the Eastern Conference.
You want them going through as many teams as we are.
Correct.
Although, if they get Cleveland in the second round, that will be a good thing for us because Cleveland could beat them up a little bit.
Right. Yeah. Because
we got to keep that 3 seed.
I mean, that's gonna be a tough one for Cleveland, but I think Cleveland will probably give them a dent or two. I like I said, I'll take my chances with Detroit in the Eastern Conference Finals. It really comes down, and Eddie, I don't know if you really believe in playoff experience, playoff magic, whatever. It really comes down to what does Detroit have in the playoffs when it matters. Now, yes, granted, they took us to 6 games last year, right? When naturality
series was decided by 5 points.
Right. So
every game was this.
So that alone helps them for this year. But
correct,
they just as much as we do, they have to capitalize on being able to strengthen everything on both ends of the ball, whether that's offense, that's defense. Where the Knicks are that type of team where it's like, oh, we catch one of your flaws, we got you now. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll let Detroit tire themselves out, and then and it's like the Mets, for example, like in 2024. Like how like the Phillies were kind of in a groove, and then they kind of let their or not even that.
The baseball is different in the playoffs. Baseball is like
here's a better example: how we played the Celtics in game 1 and game 2. See how they were up 20 points in both games, and then they kind of tired out. They shot themselves out the game, and then we kind of picked our way up that way, where it's like they kind of let loose on defense, and they're not really making shots. Because if you pay attention to Detroit, they can't shoot well from 3. Like they're gonna beat you in the paint. They're gonna beat you in transition. Once they start to slow down on that, I think that's where the Knicks can kind of pick up. And
all right, so this is what I'm going to say about Detroit. So obviously we know we had a close series with them last year, right? Obviously it was close.
Mm-hmm.
Last year they were a cute, fun little story. 44 wins.
Correct.
Nobody expected them to even make the playoffs.
Correct.
And this year, Detroit hasn't taken a step forward. Correct. Detroit has taken a leap forward. Okay? Yeah, Cade Cunningham has leaped up. He is a top 5 player now. Okay? Yeah. Isaiah Stewart, Duran, all these guys, they fit perfectly. Mm-hmm. And they play physically. So when we go up against these physical teams, we have problems. So that's why I think right now, as constituted, I don't think we'd beat Detroit in a 7-game series. Now, if Mike Brown can find a way to get more out of Cat, to get more out of this bench, Diawara, having him being a 2-way player, inserted into that rotation, because he's a big guy, and they got a lot of big players on that team. And if we could do that, and we play with connectivity, we play with chemistry, we would play New York's Knicks branded basketball, which means scoring in the paint, getting second chance points, running out on the break, getting steals, all the New York basketball play that we know how to win, getting everybody involved, right? We play that, we'll probably beat Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
But if we take our foot off the gas in any way, we will go home versus Detroit.
I agree.
We have to take them seriously.
I agree.
I'm not saying we can't beat them. I'm just saying you cannot take your foot off the gas at all.
Right.
We have to fucking come in there and punch them in the mouth.
This team has shown, though, even last year, that when they're locked in on defense, they don't let off. I think this was
like tonight.
Exactly.
Came in ready to play, no bullshit.
Right. When it comes to stuff like Indiana, remember how I said like game 1, the Halliburton shot, that lucky shot kind of mentally messed with them. They were up 12 with like,
bro, we were up 18.
Right. Stuff like that, in my opinion, happens like once. Like it's luck that you don't really see that, right? You don't really see that where one game kind of mentally takes you out. So I don't necessarily think the Knicks are going to run into that. But I will say that as scary as Detroit is, and they've already shown it to us, defensively, I think we match up with them. It's what are we going to do offensively consistently?
Right. And let me stop you right there.
Right.
Offensively, how are we going to react when they're hitting us down in the paint? Cat, Brunson, they hit them. They know how to play them.
Correct.
What are you going to do? What's the game plan? What are you going to do when you change it up?
Mm-hmm.
Change it up, because if you just let them keep playing you physically, they're going to win.
Yep.
That's on Mike Brown.
And they're gonna. There's two ways that Detroit could go about it defensively when they're attacking the head of the snake and Jalen Brunson. I'll keep Cade on.
They trap him.
Oh, they'll
one
trap
from the back, one from the front.
Thompson on him. Thompson will give him hell. See, that's one thing last year that Brunson had trouble with. He's lucky that he was able to get that pick and roll, and then obviously he got that crossover to hit the game-winning shot in Game 6. But Thompson was giving him problems.
So, Thompson is a major problem. He's one of the best defenders in the NBA.
Both brothers are. If you pay attention to
the other one's better.
Jesus Christ.
And I was wrong on those. I thought they were going to be busts.
I was always on your ass about that. I said, Eddie.
I thought they were busts.
I don't know why you.
I don't remember you being on me. Jay from Florida was on me about that.
I was one of them. I was like, Eddie, why you always on these guys?
Do you know why, right?
No, but I never.
Because of the fucking league they played in. They were playing with 15-year-olds.
They proven themselves.
No, they're proving themselves, but they again, they're the archetype wing. They're exactly what you want in a modern day NBA wing. It's the 6'8", 7-foot wingspan, the whole 9. And offensively, that's what I said about them. I said offensively they're going to be trash, and the one in Detroit kind of is trash offensively, and the one in Houston isn't that great. He's okay,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, but defensively they're dogs. I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
And I'm okay. I'm okay with him. It's fine.
But it's crazy how similar they. I mean, of course they're brothers, but it's similar how similar the defensive game is. It's like
but Amon plays with a little bit more physicality.
Yeah. He don't.
But Azor does too. There's something I can't put my fingers on it. It's just something that Amon has that Azor doesn't.
I would have to watch a little bit more to kind of see it, but yeah. And then,
it's almost like I think Amon's got a higher motor than him. I want to say that. But Azor's no joke either. He's a great defender. Great. Better than Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
Like he's like, he's up there with like, Jaden McDaniels type of defender. He's a really good defender.
We'll see him. We'll see him in next week. Not next week, but the week
after the All-Star break. 8 days we got.
We'll see him. He's definitely going to be here, and get ready because KD, every time KD comes to the Garden, he ends up playing lights out. So
he's so efficient, man. He's so efficient.
Just be ready.
And again, they're a dangerous team too.
They're nasty.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
dangerous.
they
They,
they
they are. They're a lot like the Suns, like
they built it.
physicality. Kind of got a bunch of dogs, but the difference between them and the Suns, they got superstars.
Well,
You know, you have
well,
KD, you got Amen, you got
KD,
what's the center's name? The white kid,
Shangoon.
Shangoon. He's nasty, bro. He
It
is a nasty
that,
player, bro.
that's what. Listen, and I never spoke to you about it, but if there's two teams that can give OKC problems, it's San Antonio and Houston. Watching the way San Antonio plays against
Denver to me
Denver too,
poses the biggest
but
threat. The
but
reason I say Denver is
yeah,
because Denver kind of has their number. And
but
I know San
right,
Antonio has this year because they beat them 3 out of 4.
right,
But in the playoffs, we've seen it.
yeah.
They did, Denver was this close to winning that shit.
If it wasn't for Aaron Gordon being hurt, it could have gone the other way. But they did a great job of isolating Jamal Murray. That's
And, yeah, and Murray didn't have the greatest series either.
Nikola Jokic. They basically said Nikola Jokic is
And
going
they
to.
still took him to 7.
That's what I'm saying. They were basically saying, "Yo, Nikola Jokic can do whatever he wants, but he's gonna try. He's gonna try to get his other teammates involved. We need to eliminate that factor. We need let Jokic go to work. At some point, it's not gonna work, and that's what happened. So that's smart coaching. I can't really. I forgot his last name, the coach for OKC, but that's smart.
What's his name? A guy from the Celtics.
Starts with a D. I can't say his last name for some reason. But it's he played it really very well. If I've the games all the games that I've watched between San Antonio and OKC, San Antonio gives OKC problems on the defensive end. And it's interesting to see. It's very interesting to see. And then obviously when it comes to Houston, when it comes to Houston, I mean, obviously OKC is the better defensive team, but those two just it's like how we saw last night between the Knicks and the Pacers. When the with the offense going back and forth, that's just how it is with Houston and
Well,
OKC.
Udoka again. I mean, he's a top 5 coach in the NBA.
Yeah,
I mean, he had to, he did himself in by his own, he did himself in. I mean,
yeah.
he went and did what he did, but I mean, that was his own like stupidity.
I mean,
But had he not done that, he'd still be there.
think about that. He
And to tell you the truth, I'm more scared of him coaching the Celtics than I am. Although I do think what's his name's a great coach too.
Missoula.
I think he's a great coach.
Yeah, he's
I
smart.
think he's excellent.
That's a smart dude. He's young.
I
too.
think he's up there with Spoelstra.
He's
He
young.
might even be better than Udoka.
That's what I thought. That's what
So
I thought.
I guess we'll give the pound for pound Spoelstra the number 1.
Yeah,
But I think Missoula's up there.
yeah.
I think Daynolt's out there. Daynolt from OKC, he's up there too.
There's with Missoula, there's a little bit of a flaw with him that I noticed since last year when we played them in the playoffs. He doesn't make adjustments sometimes when the team gets cold. They even did it. You even saw it when we played them a couple days ago. When the Celtics tend to think that they can shoot you out the game and they can't, and it hurts them. You kind of see Joe Mazzulla really doesn't change the game plan for the Celtics. And that's kind of his
He
flaw
does though. He does.
to a certain extent.
He uses different rotations and stuff. He's very acclimated.
No, that I'll give him in terms of being able to change the rotation and kind of give different looks. Like he's very good with that. But in terms of like limiting the Celtics in terms of how to approach their offense to find the new rhythm, you kind of see like towards the second half when they start getting a little bit cold, they tend to stick to the same regimen. And I always wonder, like I wonder what he kind of tells them in the huddle. Like you know how sometimes you could kind of hear, like you'll hear they'll put the camera or they put the mic on tips.
Yeah.
I would wonder, like, what would he be telling these guys, like a Jaylen Brown, like, yo, I need you to stop.
Have you ever heard like I know if you ever hear him in the post game, he's extremely like low key and calm talking.
I mean, I've heard him a couple times, but in terms of like,
If you ever hear him, what I'm saying is, if you ever hear Missoula in the huddle, bro, he is intense.
yeah, I've never heard him.
He's intense. He's like he's like this. Like, he's in it.
Yeah, I've never.
He is in it. He's intense.
Yeah, post game.
Good coach.
post games I've heard him. He's very nonchalant. He's very mellow.
Post game, he's mellow, but he's bright. He's very intelligent.
Yeah.
So just stay on the subject real quick. Top 5 coaches in the NBA. I'll start. I'll go Spo.
Okay. We're talking
I'm
about
gonna go Spo. I'm gonna go Daynell.
right.
OKC.
Okay.
Then I'm going Missoula. Then I'm going Udoka. Fifth guy. My fifth guy, I think. Do I got to give it to Steve Kerr? I almost have to, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go there. Okay, so I'm going to go Kerr, but I kind of don't want to give it to him just because he's had so many good players. What's the coach of San Antonio?
I forgot his last name. I'm gonna get it for you right now because Rick says that me and him look alike.
Hey, give me his name. Give me his name.
Getting it right now. Mitch Johnson.
Mitch Johnson. Okay. So, fuck her. I'm not giving it to him. Here's my top 5. Spo, Missoula, Daynell, Udoka. I got one for you right here. Jordan Ott. Suns.
Ooh.
I know it's early.
But
he's changed that team dramatically. Now, again, he needs another 3 seasons. I'm going to say Kerr's number 5. But if he keeps this up, he's going to be a top 5 coach in the NBA. Odd. And I like the Raptors coach too.
Okay.
Give me your top 5 if you got it.
I'm going to go Dano as my number 1.
Who's that?
The head coach.
Okay, see? Oh, Dano? Okay.
I'm gonna go Joe Mazzulla 2.
We both agree on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for 3. This is kind of where it gets tricky for me. For 3,
You going Spurs?
I'll give it to Spo.
Yeah, you gotta give it to Spo.
Yeah, I'll give it to Spo
because he always does so well.
Yeah.
And LeBron wanted to fire him, but keep going.
Fucking idiot, bro. I'll give it to Spo. Number 4, I would give it to Mitch because I like the way he coaches, but I have to give it to Udoka at number 4.
I agree with that.
And then number 5, I'm gonna give it. You know what it is with number 5? It is a toss-up between Mitch, Chris Finch for Minnesota, and
you like him?
And JB Bickerstaff.
Oh, you know who I fucking forgot? Rick Carlisle. Yo, he's number 5.
Oh shit, yeah.
He's my 5th. Rick Carlisle. He's got to be there. Yeah.
How the hell did we forget about Carlisle?
Yeah, that was bad.
Wow.
That was bad.
You're talking about a former NBA champion?
And he wins everywhere.
We should be.
Rick Carlisle, he might be like top 3.
I'm sorry, Rick. We didn't mean to disrespect you like that. No, I forgot.
Yeah, bro. That was malpractice. That was malpractice.
I probably would have had him. Over Udoka, and then I would have put Udoka as number 5. Wow, what the hell? You fucked me up with that one, bro.
We both fucked up.
I forgot about Carlisle
because Rick Carlisle, bro,
he's having it. His team is
overachieves every year.
Every year,
and in the playoffs, he gets better as a coach. Like he makes mistakes in the regular season, but in the playoffs, he's squeaky clean good. Like he's one of the best coaches in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man.
Now let's go top 5 players in the NBA.
Okay.
You could go first. I went first for coaches, so you could go
I'm
first
gonna
on this.
go top 5
And
players.
if you want to take like injured players out, I have no problem.
I'm gonna go. I'll start off with SGA.
Okay.
I'll go Brunson. Um, I'll go. Damn, who's killing it right now? Let me see. Brunson. I'll go Wemby.
Okay.
I'll go. Hmm.
So you got SGA, Brunson, Wemby. That's three.
I'll put Jokic in there.
4.
And then for my number 5, I'm gonna go. Hmm. Number 5. Who would I go with number 5? Who can I?
I mean, there's a lot of places to go.
That's what I'm saying. That's. Huh. Who's dominating in the league right now? You could put number 5.
I mean, I could give you one easy off the top of my head, but
You know, because
and it would and like it would be like, would be. I don't
it,
think it's even debatable.
it would be like a duh.
Right.
Yeah. I'll let you. Yeah, go ahead. Who would?
I mean, Luca,
Oh, yeah, bro. What?
right? I mean, like 33 points a
Yeah,
game, and like
look. Somebody already put it in the comment.
right. They were like, there you go. All right,
Yeah,
Steven
my
got it.
bad, my bad. Yo, my bad, my bad.
Shout out to Steven. Okay, so top 5. Obviously, I'm going SGA number 1, Jokic 2. I'm going Luca's got to be 3. I'm going Ant 4,
Oh my god, I love.
and then
Forget about Ant, bro.
I'm gonna give Cade 5 because of the record over Luca. Excuse me,
Over
over
Brunson.
Wemby
Over Wemby. Oh, okay.
because I put Luca in it.
Okay. So you put Kate over Brunson
Yeah, Cade's over Brunson this year.
this year.
What's he at? How many points per game is Cade at? He's
Isn't
up there. He's second in assists.
I was gonna say, isn't he a career high in points this year?
He's his career high in everything.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. Jamal Murray's having a crazy season, man. 26 points a game. He's having a renaissance here. Cade's at 25.3.
You know, it's funny. Speaking of Jamal, they're not everybody's talking about Denver like they should. That's the crazy part.
They get overlooked because they haven't won in a couple of years.
That's crazy, man.
And again, I'm giving SGA the benefit of the doubt, right? But I give it to him because he's getting to the line. He's doing to me. I think he should probably be the MVP this year. Although I think Luka's gonna probably get. Sorry, I think not Luka. What's his name? Denver. He's probably gonna get it. Jokic.
Okay.
But it could be close. But I have Ant-Man in my top 5.
Yeah, that's
Ant-Man. Without Ant-Man, the Wolves are not doing. They're not even 500 team.
Yeah, that's again. I think it's funny because it's you. Yeah, what I'm about to say is like, how the hell are you saying that you didn't even have him as your top 5? I have Ant as literally the best player in the league, like scoring wise. Like I'm talking about in efficiency, like that, bro.
How come you didn't list them?
Because of
the wins.
I was thinking about like who, like as of right now,
You're thinking like of MVP candidates. I think that's where you were going with that.
Right. I for some reason they just don't have him as MVP, like as a top 5 in MVP.
He's top 3 in scoring.
That's what I'm saying. But every time everybody talks about MVP, they don't put him on the list.
Shooting almost 50% from the field, 40% from 3, gets to the line 8 times a game. Like that's a lot.
Bucket. I just, you know
I
what it
mean,
is?
Luca. The only person that gets to the line more than Ant
Is Luka.
is Luca and SGA.
Yeah. I
So
don't think
that's why I didn't put Wemby in, because I feel like Wemby hasn't done enough.
that's understandable. I would like I
Right?
said,
Like he's a freak. He's without Wemby, they're not close. But I
if
think
we were talking
Wemby
about
has so much talent on that team around him, and
Mhm.
it fits.
If we were talking about like overall, and it didn't matter like where teams were at, I would have had Ant-Man over Wemby.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Steven puts up. I was gonna mention Donovan having a crazy good season this
Hey,
year.
Donovan's killing this year.
He's fifth. He's fifth in scoring.
I think it has
29 points a game.
I also think it has something to do with the fact that he's married to Coco Jones, but that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a different combo. And you know too, like I'm looking at like Tyrese Maxey's having a crazy year.
hmm
We didn't talk about him.
Oh, Maxie, yeah, bro.
I don't even think Brunson's in the top 10 this year.
And
I hate to say it, but I don't think he is.
that's hard. That's tough, man.
I might be a hot take, but I'm going to say he's not. I think
That's,
he's like right outside. Because think about it.
yeah, no, I can see why you're saying that. I just he's
I mean, I didn't even mention Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's playing out of his mind. What's he averaging? 29 points a game. 40. Hold on. Not the greatest 3-point, but he's playing crazy. I didn't mention Sengun. But I don't think Sengun is top. I don't want to say I don't think he's top 10 yet.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like this comment though by NY Sports. He said Donovan Mitchell is a beast. Cleveland ceiling really raised with heart. In my opinion, I agree. I mean, me and Eddie kind of were saying that by the playoffs, it depends on how efficient he is and how consistent he is. But they
And what's
look
he going to do on defense?
right. But that's the hit that they were willing to take, and that's kind of what I was alluding
Right. Well, I
to.
mean, look, he's much more of a Harden. To have Harden on your team versus Darius Garland definitely raises the ceiling without a doubt.
Yeah.
But which Harden's going to show up? What is he, 36 years old now? Is he going to be the facilitator? Can he be stopped?
Well, he's top.
You could stop Harden. I mean, it's not like we're not talking about Harden 5 years ago.
Yeah, if he's talking about Houston Harden, that's
right. It's a different subject.
Yeah.
But that's not him anymore. He's more of that facilitator now.
Yeah, correct.
What is he averaging? Let me get his. Hold on, I'll tell you right now what he's averaging. Let me get. Shit, I just got off of it. I wanted to get his assists. I'll give it to you in a second. Hold on, everybody. It's not coming up.
You talking about his assist numbers on the year?
Yeah. I'm trying to get his assists. I'm trying to get the league leaders actually.
James.
So it's Jokic, Cade, Luka, Jalen Johnson, which is crazy. James Harden's fifth.
Yeah, he's fifth. He went down a lot. Remember when we did the trade? When we spoke about the trade and we pulled up his stats, he was top 3. So he went down 2.
You know what though? He went down 0.4 a game. That's it.
So there you go.
That's not much. Because him and Jalen Johnson are tied for 4th, really.
Yeah.
And Lucas 3rd. Then Jamal Murray, believe it or not, Nimhard is 7th.
Andrew Nimhard?
Yeah, he's 7th.
Christ.
LaMelo's 8th. Isaiah Collier's 9th. Davion 10th. Castle 11th. Let's see. SGA is 16. Westbrook, he's 14. Where is Brunson is 21st. He definitely, I mean, what was he? He was like 7 last year, right? 7 or 8?
I think assist?
Yeah, he was much higher.
I think he was way higher than what he is now.
That's what I'm saying. I think Brunson's out of the top 10.
That's crazy. That's Jesus Christ. It feels like he's doing so much more this year too. It's crazy.
Dyson Daniels has more assists than Brunson.
That's fucking.
But Dyson Daniels is a really, really good player, though.
He's a good facilitator. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
whole team is facilitated.
It just feels like.
Yo, how about this? IQ and Brunson are tied with 6.1 assists a game. IQ,
Yo, bro.
$100 million, the $160 million man.
You know, it's funny to see how much Toronto wants him traded.
You know what though? Say still averaging 17 points, not terrible, but not worth 30 million either.
For $30 million,
he's like their version of Mikal Bridges.
For $30 million, bro, he should be averaging more.
Of course,
that's him.
He gets 32 and a half.
That's probably why Toronto wants him gone. But he's also been hurt though.
But listen, how old is he still? He's still mad young, right? Like what is he?
He's mad young. He's like 20. He's like 24, 25.
Right. So he'll get better. He'll have a season where he'll be like probably 20 and like 7 one of these years.
Yeah, Emmanuel quickly. Yeah, he's 20.
24.
Yeah.
New York Sports.
Yep.
Mad young, man.
No, he's 26.
He's 26? Okay, but even still,
though, like
this is like his first year of getting the reins because last year was hurt too.
Mm-hmm.
That's been his problem. It's been health.
I just don't understand why Toronto wants him. Like you hear a lot of Toronto fans on Twitter talking about quickly's no use. I'm like yes, he can still be good for your team.
He's better than RJ, in my opinion. I'd rather have IQ than RJ.
Yeah.
I hate RJ. Like I can't stand his game.
Yeah. RJ needs to be an assistant coach at this point.
No, I think RJ needs to come off the bench for somebody.
Yeah,
I think that's what he'd be a great 6 man.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I think that's his role.
Yeah, I agree. That would definitely be better for his.
Yeah, now we're giving sponsorships to New York Sports, to fucking Gatorade, $1 billion company. You think they'd send me a couple of zeros on the house, but no.
That'd be some funny shit if they actually watch this shit. They're like, hey, this dude just sponsored your.
He just drinks Glacier Freeze almost every episode. He's downing his shit.
Just send them something as a thank you.
Like my second one during the show.
Fucking Eddie ends up going to be a color commentator for Gatorade Sports.
There we go. I'll take it. So, switching subjects a little bit. Francisco Lindor had surgery today.
Well, yeah, like we spoke about, man. Like I said, he needed to get his he was gonna get the surgery. He needed to get the surgery ASAP.
Now, which hand is it on? Left or right?
I think it's the right.
Oh, so it's his throwing hand. Are we sure that's just Gatorade? That's funny. Funny thing is, New York Sports, I don't even drink.
Yeah, when I first met Eddie in person and he came to Diamante's by the garden, I asked him if he wanted a drink. He was like, "Yo, bro, I don't drink." I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
Interesting. I used to. Those days are over.
Yeah, you got kids now. I get it.
No, it's just I'm a mean drunk, so you don't want to be around me if I'm a drunk, you know. So better off.
Yeah. He said.
But so Francisco had on his right hand the surgery on his right hand, so it's his throwing hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't affect his hitting.
Said 6 weeks, and he should be ready for opening day. I think they give him a week after opening day to just.
He's gonna get like 2 weeks. I think 10 days,
or even that
extended spring training. He's got to
give him more. You know what's gonna suck though, because this fan base is the way that they are. They're still gonna shit on him if he ends up starting the season cold.
You think so though?
Of course. That's just how.
I don't know. I kind of think like after 2024. I think a lot of that went away. I think he exercised those demons.
To a certain extent, yeah. Because I would,
Because
because when I was going to the games every weekend, they you would hear some fans kind of like complaining that he was struggling. So it's like I hope that they
I mean, he got off to a terrible start in 2024, but
yeah
then he just caught
yeah yeah.
lightning.
No, I'm saying like even in 2025, but I'm hoping that this season, they understand that he's coming off an injury. He didn't really get his reps in spring training. Like he's gonna need more time to kind of settle in and
I worry that he's what? How many years has he been in the league now? This is like 12th year, right? Or 13th year?
he's been in the league since 20
15, right? Or 14?
I mean, he got drafted in 2011, so they
It's
called him up.
2015 or 2014, I want to say.
Yeah, yeah, one of those.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Let me see. But what I was gonna say on Lindor is what I'm worried about is the miles catching up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's been in the league a long time. Like I'm not expecting him to hit 30 home runs anymore. Like give me 25 and I'm good. Like I don't expect him to be who he was 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I don't.
I still think he could give you that, because he's
I'm
still,
not saying he can't. I'm saying I don't expect it. So let me get it.
yeah, no, I
2015 was his first year. So
20%.
yeah, 2015. So I grab another game, right?
He's 10 years. He's 10 years. It's not bad.
No. No. This would be his 12th season, 12th year.
No, 12 years. Yeah, correct.
Right. And then, I mean, I guess the good thing is the COVID year, he only played 60 games, but everybody did. And just looking at the numbers, career high, sorry, not a career high, had 117 runs. That's his most as a Met. 172 hits, most as a Met.
Mm-hmm.
35 doubles, not his most. 31 home runs, 86 RBIs, his least as a Met. 31 stolen bases, 65 walks, 131 strikeouts, second most as a Met. 267, his third worst year. You know what? I think he got a lot of hate too because of that first year. Because he got hurt. We paid him the big money. And I think that's why a lot of fans, it was kind of like with Carlos Beltran. You were too young to remember, but I remember. Like he got the money and he just didn't produce that, like what we were expecting. But then the second year, he did his thing, right? So I don't expect him to hit 30. I'm happy with him hitting like 25, 27. Like just be him. Hit 260. Like he doesn't need to be a star this year. He's got because now we have more talent around, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen,
I think
Lindor.
okay.
Lindor. I think Lindor is one of those guys where it's like he lets things flourish as time goes on. So it's always with Lindor. It's not how you start. It's how you finish. And you let him get his reps in, make him comfortable. I think Soto starting off hot is very important. Just because you don't
Because of
want
last year.
because of last year, but he's never been a player to start off hot. He's normally, kind of middle and then he sets in. So last
Has
year,
he always been like that though? Because from what I remember with the Yankees, he got off to like a fiery start.
yeah, the Yankees was like literally the only team that he
And I think 1 year with the Padres, he was really good start to finish.
he was like probably by like May he got hot with the Padres, and then from there he kind of took off. But like April, he was still trying to fight his footing. Remember, he was traded over there, so it was kind of new environment, new team, new environment, new park. But yeah, I'm expecting Soto to have an amazing year this year. Just because he already did his full year with the Mets, so he's kind of getting his full now his full year in there and And yeah, I think it'll work. I think it'll work. But I think you need a big season from Soto.
I didn't see this, but just to touch because there's a lot of New York sports fans, so we'll touch on it.
Hmm.
I don't. I think the Yankees are second in the AL East. I think Blue Jays 1, Yankees 2. I don't think Boston's 3. Excuse me. I don't think Boston's 2. I think Boston's 3.
Yeah, I think it'll be Blue Jays, Yankees,
Boston.
Boston, and then the Orioles, and then Tampa.
Baltimore signed Bassett today. I
Yeah,
actually like that move for them.
yeah. So
I would have liked the Mets to get Bassett.
yeah, but ever since he said that comment about it being
Who gives a
hard to
shit?
go to New York, nobody wants that type of mentality here. Like you're either here to
But bro, one thing about him, he's mad consistent. Mad consistent.
oh, of course,
170 innings every single year. Market that bookmark it.
yeah.
That's what I like. He's
I mean,
great.
he would have never fit here, but yeah.
He would have.
If you guys, so that means you either got to trade one of your starters or move into the bullpen.
Well, I mean, he would have been penciled in as the you could have put a 6-man rotation, no?
Well, you have Senga there.
All right, so let's read it
Your,
off.
your rotation right now without Bassett would be Peralta,
Yeah,
um,
McLean.
Lane. You're talking about Peterson. Then you're talking about a Clay Holmes.
Uh-huh.
That's 4.
And then Senga 5.
Shamanaya, and then Senga.
Right. Oh, I forgot about Manaya. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess it was done the second we got Peralta. You're right.
Yeah. So there's really no
See,
space.
I always think like of insurance policies,
Hmm. Oh,
and
okay.
that's
Yeah, right.
my insurance policy to Manaya, Senga, Peterson
Right.
is Chris Bassett, because I know he's gonna give me 170 innings, a sub-4 ERA.
Right.
And he's not gonna be great, but he's gonna be consistent, and
Correct.
that's all I want.
Right. So, yeah, I mean,
And I think every team he's been on the last 5 years has made the playoffs,
right.
except for the Blue Jays, like once, or I think that's it.
Correct. Yeah.
That's what I like about him.
He's an
He's
innings eater.
consistent.
For sure. He's an innings eater for sure. You gotta give him his credit, no matter what it is. Just I never really believed in him after he said what he said, so it was kind of like good riddance at that point.
Yeah, I mean, look, Carlos Beltran said he always wanted to go to the Yankees before he go to the Mets. Am I going to kill him for that? No.
Right. No, of course not. Yeah,
Like he said he wanted to be a Yankee. He was willing to take a discount to go to the Yankees.
yeah.
And the Yankees were like, no, thank God Mets signed him. Not that they won a championship.
Then again, who wouldn't at that point, right? Because the Yankees were making the playoffs like.
Yeah, that was 2004. Like they Magic Beltran with Prime A-Rod and all those dudes, man. Giambi. Mets hitting is stacked, man. It's going to be, you got to see what the pitching will do. You'll definitely make the playoffs for sure. Couldn't believe you guys didn't make it last year.
I mean, yeah, man, it was pitching was inconsistent, and then guys got hurt. And then the stat that nobody really thought could be true, but it ended up becoming true, is that we couldn't score after the eighth inning.
Right.
That hurt us.
Where do you see them lining up?
In terms of the East?
Yeah.
Yeah,
where do the Mets line up to you?
I think they're second.
Braves first, right?
I think it fluctuates depending on what the Braves do. It could be one of those things where the Braves are mid and the Mets are surprising people.
I'll wait to give my take. I'll let you finish.
Yeah, no, well, that's really much it. It depends.
So you think the Mets are either first or second?
You see how last year it was basically like, yo, it's the Mets and the Phillies because the Braves were kind of going through there. This year, I think it's going to be the Mets and the Braves.
I think it's going to be Braves 1.
I don't really take Philly serious this year.
I think they definitely took a step back, but I don't think they took that big of a step back.
Yeah, but compared to us, we always beat them.
That's a fact. But in the division, they always win the division. Yeah. But I do think the Braves are going to win the division this year. I think the Mets are either 2 or 3. I'm not sure yet. I haven't made my. I'm going to give you my final take after spring training
Mhm.
because I still am on the fence with them. But I do think the Mets are going to be a wild card team. I think those top 3 teams in the East are going to be the wild card.
Okay, that's
2
very
of the 3 wild cards, I think, are going to come out of the East. And
that's
I
very
think, believe it or not, I think Cincinnati might get that 3rd wild card spot
oh
because
since
I
oh
think the Cubs win this Central.
mhm,
I think the Dodgers win the West,
mhm.
and I really don't see any other teams competing. Like San Diego, okay,
Yeah,
Arizona, who else is really out there?
right. Depends. Yeah,
Padres, like, come on. I think the Padres are on the decline, so that's why I think Cincy. I think they get that 3rd wild card spot, and it's either us or Philly getting that 1st or 2nd one.
yeah. We just have to take the consistency of the rotation, and then you got your offense basically hitting almost every night. So that's
Yeah,
it. It's try exactly what don't do exactly what happened last year is what it is, and you're knocking on wood that injuries don't become a major factor. And so far, we've got on the wrong side of that with this indoor shit. So you
yeah,
gotta.
but you know what though? At least it's not going to go into the season.
I know that's where I'm like, yo, thank God. So
Steven, good call. Brewers.
words.
I
If you're talking about NO and the entire NO, then of course
sleeper, Steven, definitely. But I think they're taking a step back this year.
I think we're a sleeper.
I think so too. But I want to see first. I
Right.
want to see how we look at spring training.
I think we're a sleeper because nobody believes in our rotation. Everybody said that we did have good signings, but they're talking about, oh, you guys gotta be consistent. The Brewers aren't really. I didn't put them as a sleeper because of the fact that they're winning that central. They I don't
I
see
think the Cubs are going to win it
I don't see it. They got Bregman.
because but they had pitching too though. They
Yeah,
got the kid from the Marlins.
yeah, but he's injury prone. He you and again he has a high number of walks.
Great
So
defense, solid 1-5 pitching, solid bullpen. I think Chicago's winning that Central this year.
I still don't
But the Brewers are right there.
I still don't think they beat the Brewers.
I do. I think the Cubs. I think the Cubs are going to come out of the Central.
I still think the Brewers have
I
that.
like Bregman a lot there too.
I do too.
I
But
think that was a good pickup for them.
yeah,
And I like the trade for the kid in Miami.
yeah, we'll see what the change of scenery does for him. That right there is gonna be like where you're like, all right, now we know what we get in this kid.
If you had to pick a person, a player from the Mets that might disappoint the most, who would it be? I'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most disappointing player for the Mets this year
Mm-hmm.
is going to be Alvarez. Because we have expected him to mash and mash and mash, and he never does it. Never does it. Never plays a full season. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be one of those pitchers too. But that's my hot take. I think Alvarez is going to disappoint.
I'll go on the pitching route and I'll say Shamanaya. I think Shamanaya is completely it's done.
You just think that was a 1-year wonder?
Yeah, man. I can't put my finger on it. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with New York Sports. The hitting I wouldn't worry about. Even if Francisco Alvarez really doesn't become Alvarez, I think he's protected.
Well, that's why I'm saying. He doesn't need to be, but
right. Need to be.
Everybody expects him. Right. Everybody expects 25 homers.
Right. However,
and to me, he's never shown he could do it over a full year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm picking Alvy. I hate to do it too because I like him.
Yeah, I think everybody likes him. Kid has a great attitude. He shows emotion. But Manaya for me, um, would be that situation because he hasn't looked the same since he's got hurt, and he's getting paid 75 million to be a
And he's
starter.
got one more year after this too, right? Which sucks.
Exactly. So it's not the Mets really can't do. They're stuck with him. There's nothing you can do.
New York sports, it's not Holmes. Holmes, I think, is going to be fine.
I think Holmes gonna be fine. He
Yeah,
finished.
I think he's like a
The
solid
dude
two,
finished.
three
The
starter,
dude
man.
finished with a winning record last year and a 3 point something
What do you
ERA.
have? 150, 60 innings? He was great.
Exactly what David Stearns was looking to get out of him.
Yeah.
I can't. I really like if
I don't worry about Holmes at
I
all.
go and tell Clay Holmes, dude, I got to give you a round of applause because nobody thought you were gonna cut it when you came in as a starter, and you proved everybody wrong.
Hell
So
yeah.
credit. Yes, he had his flaws. Yes, I get it. He's not perfect, but you're talking about a guy with a nice curveball, a solid fastball, and he gave you 12 wins as a starter. Yeah, I can't be mad at that. I cannot. So
My only hope with Manaya is that this new pitching coach
mhm.
kind of gets him back. Like for me, it was the injuries for him last year.
That's what I'm hoping. That
Right?
there's
Like that was the injuries. Like he just never rebounded. Same for Senga too.
right.
But I think Manaya, I actually think Manaya is going to be all right. I think
Uh,
he's going to come back. Now, I don't think, do I think he's going to do what he did in 24? No.
no,
But I
right.
think we'll get I think he'll give us 150, 160 innings if he stays healthy.
Yeah,
And he'll probably have like a high three RA, maybe low fours. But I'll take that. That's okay.
I gotta be able to at least see some type of consistency. Some. I'm not like you said. You don't need him to be 2024 Shamanaya.
No.
If you could,
He will never be that either.
right. But if you could get some type of consistency as a number 4 or 5 or even 6, which and I think the 6 is obviously Senga, but um, I think you'll be fine. Senga is like a wild card in terms
He's
of
the guy, man. I don't know what to make of him, bro.
it's
Because he's so soft.
no, it's yeah,
He's such a soft player.
he's fragile. So it's that injury factor where it's like, you're looking at it from a standpoint of if this dude doesn't stay healthy, we're never gonna see the best of Kodai Senga. But every time he's on the mound, he tends to pitch really well. Last year was just kind of one of those things where he didn't really have his consistency and it went downhill for him. But I think now that he understands that there's not a lot of pressure for him to be the number one guy in the rotation, I think he'll be fine. So
Really?
yeah, I think he'll be fine.
I don't know, man.
It's hard to it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, but
I don't trust Senga.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. I can't wait. I got my season tickets. I got my opening day tickets already, so I'm excited. I'm ready for spring training to just fly.
What's opening day? What day?
March 26th.
Oh wow, it's early.
Yeah. We play the Pirates. So we
How does
see
it go? 26 and they're off for like a day or two, right? How's it?
they're off on Friday. So
What's
we
opening day? A Wednesday
yes.
or
No,
Thursday?
Thursday.
So they're off on Thursday. Excuse me. They play how many games versus the Pirates?
They play 3.
So what's the day? It's Wednesday's opening day.
So no, Thursday. So
Thursday's opening day.
Thursday, March 26th is opening day. And then we're off the 27th. And then we the 28th and 29th, we finish that series. And then
Okay, okay.
yeah, we gotta go on the road.
And then it just goes right into the regular season, right?
Exactly. So
It's why does it seem so early?
uh they pushed it 2 days. They did this year. Usually like
It's like the
because
28th or 29th.
they always start on a Thursday. They just usually the 28th or the 29th falls on maybe like a Wednesday or Thursday, whatever, but the 28th falls on a Saturday and the 29th falls on a Sunday. So
Ugh.
yeah. But yeah, bro.
All right, man. I guess we'll wrap it there.
Yeah. No, appreciate
Anything
it.
else you want to tell the audience? Anything you got going on coming up?
Nah, man, really nothing much. I mean, we got a I'm obviously we got a live for Queens baseball. So for the baseball fans in here, Met fans in here, or even Yankee fans, if you just want to hear regular baseball conversation, follow at Queens Baseball. Subscribe to the Queens Baseball YouTube channel. We have a live going in at 8:30 where we kind of talk about David Stearns' press
When's that,
conference.
tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow.
Okay.
And all that. So yeah, if you guys want to hear more baseball conversation, especially on the Mets, follow Queens Baseball, and we'll be live on X and YouTube at 8:30. But as far as for me, same old, follow me at Top Bunk Sports, subscribe to Top Bunk Sports YouTube channel, and follow me on all platforms. And yeah, let's enjoy the All-Star break, enjoy some nice 3-point shooting, some skills
Yeah.
chat, and some dunk contest. And hopefully these guys get to clear their mind and you know, kind of reset before we start this hard schedule for the second half. So yeah, let's go Knicks, beautiful win. And yeah, Eddie, I'll catch
There we
you.
go. And again, if you're not following Garden CITI Media on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I go live almost every night, so I'll be back at some point. I don't know if I'm coming on tomorrow, but definitely the night after. I'll be doing Mets and Knicks, obviously wrapping up the first half, talking about the Mets, and we'll be doing what I usually do. So with that said, appreciate you, Top Man. Take it easy, and good night, everybody. And Steve, thank you for coming on. Good night.